Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Laura De La Cruz. I'm a professor of marketing, an AI consultant, and a published author. I have over 400 books up on Amazon, and almost all of them are nonfiction because that really is my area of expertise. I did try and do children's fiction one time only. And it wasn't very good, but we're going to use my book as our example when we talk about using AI in children's book marketing. This is my book. It's called Mouse, the Mayor of Mondragon, New Mexico. It's not very good. I respect all of you. You authors are amazing. But I digress. Let's talk a little bit about AI and marketing. So AI isn't scary or expensive. It really can be your new best friend. It's going to make life easier if you use it. AI is artificial intelligence, and it's a tool that will make things easier for you so that you can do what you do best, which is write children's fiction. To get you started with AI, there's a couple things I'm going to recommend you look into. Canva, ChatGPT, and Claude. Canva is great for doing art. They do social media posts, they do book trailers, they do graphics, they do bingo, they do anything you can think of pretty much. It's free, but there is a paid version for $20 a month, which isn't that bad. And it gets you all sorts of bells and whistles. ChatGPT is typically used more for business, although I've used it for marketing, and it is free as well. For $20 extra, you can get it each month for all the bells and whistles. And then we have Claude AI, or Anthropic as it's known, and it's considered by many to be better for marketing, but I think it's really as good as ChatGPT. Free, unless you want to pay $20 a month for the extra bells and whistles. When you go to AI, a couple things. Number one, you are not going to have AI write your book. Please don't do that. It's going to be crap. You're going to be embarrassed. Use your skills to write your book, okay? Don't ask AI to do it. Second, don't upload your book to AI. I want you to look at these questions and the questions on the next slide and answer those and put those answers into AI, not your book. If you put your book into AI, you run the risk of having it out in the world and never being able to get a traditional publishing contract because you've basically given it out for free and they'll have no control over it. So do not upload your book. By answering these questions, you'll be able to get any AI to help you with your marketing without you having to upload your book. So don't have it write your book and don't upload your book. Let's start with these questions. The first ones are about you. First of all, explain what your connection to children's literature is. Does it come from teaching? Does it come from parenting? Does it come from your own childhood? Think about why you write children's fiction. Second, list your experience with any kind of children's engagement that you have. This could include classroom visits, library visits, any kind of reading activities you've done, what age groups you can relate to, where you connect, what experience have you ever had in getting children engaged? The third thing is to describe any special skills or knowledge that you have that enhance your book. Do you come from an educational background that allows you to be a better author? Do you have artistic abilities? Do you understand children's development? Do you have special experiences that you had as a child that gives you knowledge about what children go through at certain points in their lives? Those sort of things. Fourth thing is to detail your current reach in the children's book community. You should be doing this already, connecting, interacting, but think about what those are. Do you have library relationships? What kind of educational networks are you involved in? Who are you connecting with? And then also, you want to outline any additional elements that make you unique as a children's author. And this could be anything from being bilingual, bicultural, speaking different languages, understanding special interests of children. What makes you unique? In my case, I wrote this little book about this little Chihuahua who I rescued. He came from a rough situation. His first part of his life was great, and then things went hideously and horribly wrong, and he got in a really bad situation, and he ended up at my house where he got to live out the rest of his days in comfort and being loved on. Okay, I do a lot with dogs. I know a lot about rescue, so I was able to bring that and write a book that children could relate to because that's my connection to that. Does that make sense? So you're going to write out these answers, get yourself a notebook, do it on the computer, start thinking about who you are and what makes you unique and what makes you the best person to have written the book that you wrote. When you've completed the answers to these questions, you get a separate piece of paper or open another file or do whatever you want to do, and you're going to start on the next set of questions. And that is, tell us about your book. You should be able to answer any question about your book because you wrote it. In marketing, we talk a lot about the elevator pitch. If you get in an elevator with somebody like Oprah Winfrey and you've got 30 seconds to tell her everything you need to tell her, can you do it? And you should be able to do that with your book. What's the age range or the grade level for your target reader? Okay, so whether it's a chapter book, whether it's boys, girls, tweens, children of divorced parents, whatever, who is your target reader? You should be able to describe your main character and the core message and lesson of your story. Okay, what is your main character or your characters? Who are they? What do they look like? How do they think? What are their hobbies? These should be very fleshed out. And what kind of message are you usually trying to send in your story? What's really what you want the children to learn or experience? You also want to list the visual elements of your book, like the illustration style, if you have illustrations, any kind of interactive elements that you might have included, any formatting features. The great thing about what we're going to talk about with marketing is you'll have some elements that you could actually explain to people, oh, if you get this book, you also get these, in a way that enhances your book through marketing. You want to share emotional hooks, any kind of relatable moments that connect with young readers, okay? There's a lot of universal childhood experiences. There's a lot of feelings that can be addressed. What's nice about this little book is it talks about rescue. It talks about a dog in a bad situation. So children can relate to that. They all feel for the little puppy because he had a tough life. And they're very happy when it works out for him. So these are feelings that they can address and feel in a safe spot, right? What does your book do? How does it create emotional hooks and relatable moments? And then finally, you want to identify potential educational tie-ins, like any kind of reading level, curriculum, things that you can say to a school or a library, you should get my book because it'll tie into the teachings of the history of the United States, for example, right? Get all the answers to this. Now, if you work with a consultant such as myself, we're going to give you a whole lot more questions than this. But this is a good start if you're going to do it yourself, okay? Just don't expect that if you hire somebody that this is all they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you a ton of questions. So you really want to know everything you can. So let's talk about what book marketing is. Book marketing is promoting your book to reach the target audience that you want to reach, to build awareness and drive sales or engagement. It's not advertising. Advertising is part of it, tiny little part, but part of it. It's really about creating connections with people who are going to buy your books. So you want to attract attention, make your book stand out. You want to build relationships. You want people who are loyal. Think about the readers that you want to follow you, and think about the authors that you follow. Why? Why do you relate to that author, and why do you buy all their books? You want to have that same thing going with your readers. And then you've got to drive sales, okay? There's some common misconceptions that like good books will market themselves. No. Even great books need visibility, guys. And book marketing can be expensive. No, there are inexpensive ways to do it. And we're going to talk about those. But you've got to get involved in book marketing. The framework for book marketing is this: branding, audience engagement, and consistent promotion. Okay? The branding, who are you, right? This is your author identity, your style, your tone, your values. What makes your book unique? You've got to be able to explain these things, and it helps if you already have that set up. Your audience engagement, you need to know who your ideal reader is, and then you need to figure out where they're at. Now, if we're marketing children's fiction, it's hard to find children on a platform, but you can find parents and teachers. You can find grandparents. You can find aunts and uncles. You can find people that will buy the books for the child. Go where they are and let them know about your book. And be consistent. Yes, this means you're going to have to post regularly on social media. You're going to have to do email marketing by sending out newsletters and other things. You've got to collaborate and interact with people. You've got to get out and be with people. You have to be people-y, okay? But whatever you do, don't get out there and just try and spam people with your book. You want to make sure that you are out there talking about yourself and providing value, giving tips, suggestions. I could give feeding tips, housebreaking tips. I could highlight little dogs that need rescue and then talk about my book. But I'm not going to be like, buy my book, buy my book. You want to create a relationship so that people want to support you and buy your book. That's what's important. So let's talk about personalized marketing by using AI. So AI-driven newsletters are one way to start. You can use Beehive or Substack to help get you some emails and to create newsletters. ChatGPT is great for coming up with newsletter topics and content. You've already told it about your characters and yourself, okay? You can have it create things that are similar to you that are going to be fun. So you ask it to generate a list of newsletter ideas that revolve around the characters in your book or around the book itself. The best way to do it is to use your characters, right? So I could do a newsletter from Mouse, the mayor, and have him send out a weekly or monthly newsletter that comes directly from him to children, right? So, side note, start your email list now. You always want to get email addresses, always, okay? You get them to subscribe, you send them emails, you send them newsletters, and then the next thing you know, they're looking for your books, okay? That's the great thing about doing that. So, themed character newsletters, let's give you a scenario. A letter from the mayor, right? So the mayor of Mondragon, New Mexico sends your child a little newsletter or a letter every week or every 2 weeks that has updates, sneak peeks. There's some activity sheets in there. You could have AI generated headlines such as Mouse's message of the month, kindness goes a long way. You could do words finds, you could do mazes, you could do coloring pages, and by the way, you can do all of those in Canva and bring them over into your newsletter, and it can happen very quickly. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward. And I know you're saying, but I don't have the time. But you're going to have to find the time. See, that's the problem, is you really do need to have some time to do your marketing, or you have to hire somebody. So if you can commit to, say, an hour a day and you can use AI, you can get a lot of work done. The nice thing about newsletters is it gives your character a personality while giving you a way to get into their lives so that they are thinking about you. And this newsletter is not buy my book, buy my book. It is a newsletter that says to you, kindness is good, helping people is fun, let's go find the cheese, today we're going to go clean up the town, what kind of garbage did you find in your town, those sort of things where kids have fun and people enjoy themselves. And then at the end, they go, I should go buy the book. That's the benefit. So newsletters are great. There are some other great things you can do with AI. You can use AI for book reviews and market research. One thing you can do is put in Claude or ChatGPT questions about finding relevant viewers or bloggers. You can ask it to search for, based on what you've told it about your book, somebody that could work with you either as a reviewer, maybe blog, maybe do a virtual book tour, something like that. It can also help you write the review request. So it will create the pitch for you. And you could say, hey, do me a pitch from Mouse asking to do a tour of their blog and talk about their book, right? And then you could also use AI to get insight from reviews, right? So you could upload all of the reviews you're getting and have it analyze those and tell you where it thinks weak spots are or areas where you could do additional marketing. So what happens is you use the information you're gathering to get additional reviews, get additional promotion, but also look for ways to answer questions and address concerns. So for example, you might see a consistent theme of this character is great, but it concerns me that they tend to not seem to have a lot of supervision. So you could address that in the next book, or you could even say in the next newsletter, here's some tips for children that are latchkey kids, right? So you've got options on not just getting reviewers and bloggers, but analyzing your feedback. It's great for that. So let's take an example for Mouse. Let's look at a pitch. We use AI to generate a pitch. Mouse the Mayor is an uplifting story about a rescue chihuahua who teaches children about kindness and community. Okay, that's the pitch. So then we use AI to identify some target bloggers, educators, parent groups, parents. It'll search the internet and it'll come up with lists of places that you could then pitch to. Would you like to read my book and maybe write a review? Would you like to read my book and maybe have me come on your podcast? Okay. And you want to ask it to tailor the pitch to each target. You're not going to send the same pitch to everybody. You want it to do specialized, unique, tailored pitches. AI can help you pitch professionally and confidently, but don't get lazy, okay? They're not going to come to you, right? And don't give up if you don't get immediate responses. Get out there and hustle, but do it professionally and do it confidently, okay? Don't send the same pitch to everybody. Make it unique, make it interesting, and tailor it to them. That's extremely important. So, streamlining social media management. I know you're crying already because you don't want to get on another social media platform and it's hard. I understand. Again, you can hire somebody to do this, or you can use AI and help it manage your social media. So let's talk about Buffer, which can schedule your posts so you can do a bunch of them on, say, Sunday and have it schedule them during the week. You could have Canva create visuals. You have it design something and you put something up, and use ChatGPT to generate captions and post ideas. Make it efficient, make it easy, but you are going to have to get on social media. That's where people are. It's the easiest way to reach a wider audience. Okay. I know you didn't want to hear it, but AI can help you. So using especially Canva and ChatGPT together, you can come up with great little posts and just post them each morning if you don't want to try and pay for something like Buffer that will schedule your different posts throughout the week. Pick a platform that is appropriate for you. You can always ask ChatGPT or Claude, based on who you are and what your book is about and how much time you have, what's the best social media platform for you? And it will give you advice. And I suggest you ask both, ChatGPT and Claude. And if they agree, then go do that one, okay? But don't just decide one of them is best for you. Do some research. And AI can help you with that. That's the nice thing about AI, right? You can use AI to help create really good social media posts. This is where the gold is, because then you don't have to get creative on it. You save your creativity for writing your books. Scenario where you share on Instagram that Mouse the Mayor is hosting a town meeting. Okay, so this is our scenario. Then we use AI, we get Canva to give ourselves a little town hall meeting in the background. We use ChatGPT to create some captions like Mouse says, Mondragon's charm is small but mighty, just like me, right? So we have this cute little town with the little chihuahua in front of it saying, woo, look at me, you know, my charm is small and mighty, so is my town, it's gonna be cute. And you just, town hall meeting. Post that. It's a visual storytelling. It creates engaging social media, also recognition, and then you can do a follow-up. You could even say, do a few more posts, news specials and, you know, alerts from the town hall kind of thing. So it gives you that opportunity to build off of that in a way that's going to allow you to really capitalize on the social media posts that you're making. Use AI to help you do that. That's what we want. That's the gold here. So activities are great for book marketing. Why? Well, activities, which is what I really wanted to kind of give you some right before we finish here, things that get students and children doing things make people happy, and children love them. So interactive content will capture attention, gets participation, everyone loves it, right? They share, and then it gives a value added. It makes your book worth more. So activities are great for book marketing, and AI can help you make those. So we use AI for our newsletter, we use it for our social media posts, we use it to find reviewers, we use it for all of that, but then we also can use it to create activities that we put out in our newsletter, we put out in our social media, we put out when we're blogging and podcasting, we offer it to people to get their email addresses, and we put it in our books so that people have access to them there as well. And it's just a value added. Word search puzzles. So you can use AI to generate a list of words like mouse, mayor, Mondragon, chihuahua, cheese, town hall, kindness, rescue, right? Come up with a whole list. Give me 50 words related to my book. Then you put those into Canva's word search generator. Yeah, Canva has one of those. They have their own templates. You can take one of their templates and modify it, or you can create your own, and boom, you've got a word search. So easy peasy. If you include, say, Mouse's image, the book title, and a call to action like Discover Mouse's Story in Mouse the Mayor of Mondragon, New Mexico, then you've branded your book to this great little word search generator. You tell people about it. You say, hey, drop me your email and I will get you this fun little thing for your child to do on their next trip or whatever. And they'll play with it and they'll have a great time. Word search puzzles are amazing. These are so much fun and children think they're a blast. And you can do it for each character in your book. You can do it for each location in your book. You can do it for a whole lot of fun things. So think about word search puzzles. That easy to do with Canva and ChatGPT or Claude. So word search puzzles are great. Spot the difference. Another thing that children love. This is the picture, and then you have the second picture, and there's something slightly different. Canva can duplicate an illustration or a design, give you both of them, and then you go in and just slightly modify the second one. Make the cat a different color, make the door a different color, move the door of the building, change the number of bricks on the road there, change the color of the collar on the little chihuahua. All sorts of ways you could slightly modify the second version. And then you add 5 instructions, the instructions say like, can you spot 5 differences in Mayor Mouse's town meeting? Can you spot the 5 differences in this character's bedroom, right? Give it little instructions that, again, will brand back to your book. So, if you've read chapter 1, then you know what the bedroom looks like. So can you spot the differences? And you also want to be sure, this is a call to action, that buy my book, read the chapter, do something like that, but you use Canva and their customizable templates to get all this done. And you might consider adding this as part of a themed activity pack, right? So you could say to people, email me and I will give you a word search and a spot the difference and a letter from Mouse to give to your child on their birthday kind of thing, okay? So think about, just like you do a series in a book, think about doing a series of fun activities for young people. Very popular, by the way, very popular. Story-themed coloring pages. I know, you're thinking, I can't do coloring pages. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So you can use Canva to upload your existing illustrations or create black and white line art versions. Canva can do all of this for you. It can create coloring pages, right? It's shockingly simple. You ask ChatGPT to create simple child-friendly captions or prompts like, Mayor Mouse loves helping others. How will you color his town hall? And the next thing you know, you have a great coloring page or coloring book for somebody to gift to a child along with your book, okay? You brand the page or the coloring book with your book title, website, and maybe a little banner, okay? And offer it as a freebie if people subscribe to the newsletter, do it as a giveaway. Is one of your characters having a birthday? How about a coloring page of their birthday party? So many ways to use this, so easy to do in Canva. This is why I keep saying, AI can do so much of the heavy lifting for you in ways that you would not believe, so you don't have to do all that work. So let's wrap this up. AI tools are accessible and affordable, really. You do not have to pay the $20 a month for Canva, Claude, and ChatGPT, which would be $60 altogether, but you can. You can start with the free one and use that. You can hire someone like me, whatever you want to do. Start small, experiment. You're not going to break AI. It might think for a minute, but you're not going to break it. But make sure that you are letting it enhance you and your uniqueness. Do not let it become you. Use it as a tool, okay? If you want some help, reach out to me. I am a consultant. I'm more than happy to help you with any of your marketing activities. I am offering some freebies with this, including a author branding template checklist that will help you clarify who you are as an author. And you are, of course, welcome to use any of these ideas for your marketing activities. So again, my name is Dr. Laura De La Cruz. This is my email, lauradelacruz.author@gmail.com. And my website, blessingsandbooks.com. I have a blog there where I have journaling prompts, and I'd love to connect with you. So please reach out. We're glad you're at this conference. Keep up the good work. Again, I am in awe of all of you fiction authors because I think writing nonfiction is easy, and I cried trying to write fiction. So keep up the good work. Thank you, and you all take care. Bye.